Weather Scope.
Well, the rain in the northeast is moving to the north, and that region is beginning to dry out for the time being. But the attention now focuses on severe weather in the southeast. Hello, I'm Rich Johnson. For the latest details on those conditions, let's join Janetta Jones in our forecast center.
Thanks, Rich. We are watching a volatile situation across the southeast. Dangerous thunderstorms, which could contain large hail, gusty winds, and maybe even tornadoes. I want to show you what happened yesterday in Florida. We had all kinds of problems with heavy rainfall in Manatee County, and not only that, but some strong, intense thunderstorms. The system moving up the east coast brought severe weather and heavy rain to Florida. In Manatee County, the heavy rain led to this flooding. In addition, strong winds knocked down power lines and trees. Several homes were damaged. Now we turn our attention to a new area of low pressure developing and moving across the southeast. We do have severe thunderstorm watch in effect in the yellow, and tornado watches that go through the late evening hours, including much of southern Georgia as well as northwestern Florida and Mississippi. So please be prepared to seek shelter immediately in these regions. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southeastern Louisiana, St. John Baptist Parish. These thunderstorms could be quite intense as they're rocking on through parts of Louisiana. As a matter of fact, I have a closer viewpoint of the New Orleans metro area and back towards Baton Rouge. These are the storms that could contain large hail and gusty winds and maybe even some really heavy downpours. Also want to take note in Alabama and Georgia, these storm cells could contain tornadoes. We've had some tornado warnings in effect. Also, these storms are looking pretty nasty, heading from Greene County in Mississippi on into Alabama. I want to go over some of the tornado warnings. West central Georgia, Chattahoochee County, near Fort Benning. Radar has indicated a possible tornado there. Muskogee County, west central Georgia, just south of Columbus. That's the area I was just circling. These storms potentially containing developing tornadoes moving towards the northeast at near 30 miles per hour. East central Alabama, northern Russell County, we have a possible tornado there indicated by radar. Phoenix City is what we're talking about. And a new tornado warning in effect for Alabama and Mississippi. That would be Washington County in Alabama and Greene County in Mississippi. As we take a closer view, we can see Columbus getting nailed right now with these thunderstorms, possibly containing gusty winds and obviously possibly some tornadic activity. These storms are not into the Atlanta metro area yet, but could be moving in that direction very soon. A number of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for these storms in Florida as well as southwestern Georgia. We've had some reports of hail as well. Now, as you look at the entire eastern seaboard, you can see that we also have some heavy rainfall moving into the northeast. That's in association with our other low that moved up the eastern seaboard. It's the same one that produced all that rain last night in the southeast. I'm joined now by Jamie Simpson, our meteorologist who's been tracking these storms. And Jamie, it is a little different today in the northeast than what it's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like a much larger area of steady rain today than tomorrow, and a lot of folks seeing some decent rains up in the northeast today, and also some pretty good winds, especially on the coast in the northeast.
Okay, we do have a high wind warning in effect as well. Can you tell us how long you expect that to be the case?
Well, area of low pressure tracking up the coast, now centered somewhere around Philadelphia, New Jersey area, and that'll continue to head up to the north during the rest of the afternoon until that low passes, which will be sometime late tonight in northern New England. We could see some very high winds, especially in the higher terrain of Vermont, New Hampshire, and up in Maine, where we could see gusts as high as possibly 60 or 70 miles an hour.
So folks in Baltimore, D.C., Philly, looking a little bit better right now. What do you expect for them tomorrow?
Well, the area of rain and thunderstorms in the southeast will continue to head up the east slopes of the Appalachians tomorrow, and it looks like Baltimore, Philadelphia, up to New York City sometime tomorrow morning into early afternoon. Another batch of rain does not look to be as widespread or as heavy tomorrow as what they saw during the day today.
So good news for folks who want to run in the New York City Marathon tomorrow, not as heavy a rainfall event.
Good news in that respect, but bad news in terms of the fact in New York City it looks like the rain will fall pretty much during the time of the
Oh,
marathon.
no,
Yeah.
that's not good. Well, the rain does extend on into Boston, just a very wet ride for you on I-95. And if you are taking the trek on back towards some of the mountainous regions, look at some of the fall color. Well, it's a wet go of it, right, Jamie?
Yeah, especially out here in the mountains of west central Pennsylvania. You can see the heaviest rain actually has fallen there, and they have gotten as much as 4 inches in a few isolated locations. Might cause a little bit of flooding problems in some of the steeper valleys out in Pennsylvania.
So flooding is a threat tonight in the Northeast, in addition to the high winds.
Yeah, I think high winds are probably a little bit more of a threat. Rainfall amount should stay probably low enough that widespread flooding will not be a problem in the Northeast.
Okay, Jamie Simpson, our meteorologist tracking these storms, thank you so much for your expertise. And now we're going to go back to the studio and check on the rest of the country. But if you need to have more information on the forecast in the Northeast, check in on our website, weather.com.
Thank you, Janetta. Most of you in the West will enjoy tranquil weather today, but when you move eastward, things don't stay very calm. You're facing rain from parts of the upper Midwest and Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast. And tomorrow, parts of the upper Midwest, Northern Plains will see some snow. We'll look at that in our forecast. Well, this is the way it's shaping up around the country.
Dang it! How do I get the game on this thing?
Uncle Ned,
What?
that's not the TV.
Well, what is it?
Here.
Featuring the Intel Pentium 2 processor.
How do I get the news on this thing?
Where am I?